Hello, 7th and 8th grade Bobcats. Mr. Flato here. Welcome back to what I hope is going to be a great year for each and every one of you. On this first Bob lesson of the year, going to explain a little bit on what you can expect out of Bob lessons coming up. I know you guys have heard a year or two of this. I promise I have new material that is different from 6th or 7th grade coming your way this year. Kind of a review of why we do this is there's so much of life and soft skills and social skills and things that aren't necessarily taught in classrooms, and so we hope to hit on more of those things that 7th and 8th graders struggle with in life, or common things that you guys come across. I'm going to want some of your guys' feedback this year, especially 8th graders, on what's on your guys' mind, what you want the counseling department to talk about. Hoping we can get some teachers on here, and Miss Glucker on here as well. So I'm going to cut this a little short. Got a special message from Mr. Zapata for you today to kick this off. It's a brand new year. Hope you guys go out and make of it what you will. Chase your hopes, chase your dreams, chase your goals. Really excited to see everybody back this year and ready to get rocking and rolling on this.
Hola HMS, este es Profe Cepeda. This is Mr. Cepeda here with a few words of wisdom and something for you to think about as we start off this awesome school year. First, I just want to remind you what Bob means, and that means that we always want to be our best, no matter what it is, whether you're in school, outside of school, with family, friends. Always do your best to the best of your abilities, and it's just a good way to live. Also, I just want to remind you of our universals in case you don't remember. Let's be safe, be responsible, be respectful, and be a learner. We always want to keep those in mind when we're at school, and of course, outside of school. And this year I want to pose a challenge to you, and that is for you to come up with a challenge for yourself. Think about it. Is there anything that you consciously think about that you want to change for yourself on a regular basis? Whether that's something physical that you want to get better at, maybe it's in sports, or just a new thing that you want to try that's a physical thing, or maybe it's a mental or emotional goal, something that some way that you want to think differently about yourself or other people. Or maybe it's a social goal. Maybe you want to make more friends or have better relationships with people that you already know. And so I would challenge you this year to come up with a goal for yourself, something that you consciously think about every day, that you work towards, and something that you want to accomplish. And think about what you're going to do once you meet that goal. That doesn't necessarily mean that you just say, okay, I met my goal, now I'm good, now I don't have to do that anymore. Make that a part of your daily habit, your daily routine, and then come up with a new goal, a new challenge for yourself, something that you can work towards. And that's a good way to live and a good way to continually work towards making yourself a better person. So that's my challenge for you this year. I hope you guys have an awesome year. At any time, if you're down in the 8th grade hall, feel free to stop by and say hola, and we'll see you around. Thanks, HMS.
All right, 7th and 8th grade Bobcats. I'm here to talk about Bob lessons for this coming year, what's new, what's not new, where we're at, ready, set, go. For you 7th graders, you'll find that this is all new material from last year's Bob lessons that you guys watched in 6th grade. Came up with a whole new curriculum last year that was more fitting towards being 12, 13, 14 years old. So 7th graders, that's going to be all new material. 8th graders, I am coming up with new material intermittently. Also, I'm hoping that you're going to have more lessons that are coming from your teachers, that are coming from 7th grade teachers, that are coming from other people other than myself. Also, for the 8th grade Bob lessons, I'm hoping to hit on more points that are important to you. Things that are more important to being an 8th grader, being 13, 14 years old, creeping up on high school preparation, some stuff that is more advanced personal socially, some more stuff that is advanced with academics, and some more stuff that is advanced with career stuff. As always, Bob lessons are going to be focused on academics at the beginning of the year. 7th graders, you'll see a couple outside the box things I did with former health teacher Mr. Knox, whose legend will live on here. And I got an interview set up with some Helena High people for you 8th graders. So beginning is going to continue to be focused on academics. The middle portion, the middle chunk, is once again going to be focused mostly on personal and social things. Middle school time is such a time for those of you that are changing socially. There's so much changes when I look at this year's 8th graders compared to a couple years ago when they were 6th graders. Many of you have grown and matured and evolved so much, and that's a huge part of being 11 to 14 years old, figuring out who you are, what you're about, what you want to be about, how to best be your best self intrapersonally, how to best get along with others interpersonally, so on and so forth. So many of the lessons are going to focus around that. And then at the end of the year, 7th graders will focus more on values. 8th graders, not quite sure where we're going to go with the career stuff, but stuff that's more relevant probably towards high school planning, high school classes that you're going to be picked out, figuring out a path for sure. As always, from last year, we're going to try to keep these at 10 minutes or less. They're going to follow the same format of an intro, the universals, be safe, be responsible, be respectful, be a learner, and then we're going to get into meat and potatoes. We'll have a jelly bean question of the week once again, so you guys can win some jelly beans, and then we'll have a quote of the week, and then we will have an outro. Also for 8th graders, web leaders and student council members want to get your faces in here. You guys have been found to be leaders in our school, and I want you to be willing to come with your ideas of things that you guys believe are important in our school. I'm also going to count on you to maybe do some skits, to maybe do some more interactive stuff with Bob Lessons so that your guys' voices can be heard as well. For your acting, for your input, for your ideas, for all of that awesome stuff. And I think I may have mentioned also going to get more guest presentations from the 7th and 8th grade staff. So 7th graders, fear not, new stuff coming up. 8th graders, hoping to get as much new stuff as I possibly can. As always, I hear all the time from those of you that I have a chance to get to talk with more one-on-one, how much some of the stuff that you hear means to you and how much you do learn from it. So for those of you that maybe don't care for the Bob Lessons, I just ask that you're respectful to those around you. You sit back quietly, let other people listen if it's not your thing. But I'm encouraging you to give me 10 minutes every week. Give your teachers 10 minutes every week. Give whoever is on the Bob Lesson 10 minutes every week. We put our heart and soul into this. It's things that we feel very strongly about, this information that maybe you're not always going to learn in classes. You learn about the world, you learn about yourself, you learn about all these things from a myriad of different sources in life, and most of it is going to come from your teacher, some from your parents, some from your friends, some from your guardians, some from family members, but also some hopefully from Bob Lessons. So all new stuff coming up, 7th and 8th grade Bobcats. Hope you're as excited as I am, and hope to make it a great year. All right, this week's quote of the week I thought was fitting for the beginning of the school year, and suddenly you just know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings. And beginning of the school year, I hope it is magical for all of y'all. Summer break is over. It's time to get back in the grind mode, time to get back in being around our peers every day, time to get back being around teachers that care about you guys and your success so much every day. And my main question to all of you is, what will you do with this new school year? Because this is life. This is what's great about being a Bobcat at Helena Middle School, is you can make of this year whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be your best year yet and you set your mind to it and you set that to be your goal, you can make it happen. If you want to coast through this year, you can probably make that happen too. But your teachers and myself are going to push you. So hope you guys go out and make this year what you want it to be, accomplish all the goals that you want to accomplish. All right, let's get this year off to a great start, and let's start with the Jelly Bean question of the week, which I described in the intro. And this week's Jelly Bean question of the week is a riddle. Most of these are riddles. And the question is, what has one head, 1 foot, and 4 legs? If you think you know, come down to the counseling center. There's a table set up right when you come in the front door that says Bob Answers, and there's little slips of paper. Make sure you put your answer, your name on it, and make sure it's legible, and then tune in next week to see if you are a winner. All right, Bobcats, hope you guys are as excited as I am about this year's Bob Lessons. Hope you guys take that 10 minutes every Monday if that's when your advisor teachers show them, and really sit back and get something out of it and pay attention. Hope you guys make this, go out and make it a great week.
In school, outside of school, what is it that you do that is hard, that is something that you want to do, that you want to accomplish, that you don't necessarily blah. Can we chop it? And like, can we chop it right there? Because the beginning part was pretty good.